Hey everybody, Dan here from the Global Run Club. I'm out on an easy 10K trail race here at Cape Spear, the most easterly point in North America. It's a place I love to run. The trail is beautiful, but this is the end of June 2025 right now, and the reason that I picked this trail tonight is that it's got this incredible view all around of the Atlantic Ocean. And out there right now, there are some humpback whales just sort of humpbacking around, showing their fins and showing off a little bit. So I hope they come a little closer because I've got this fancy drone with me. I'll try to fly over there to get a good view for you. I've been doing some shorter trail races recently and I've been finding it hard to go quick. And so thinking about how to get some of that skill back, I've had to revisit what it means to build my aerobic base. And that's what I'm talking to you about today, is that how to build your aerobic base. Your aerobic base is the engine. It's what drives your motor. It's what helps you move forward. It's the thing that allows you to run further, longer, especially at a lower heart rate. You have no chance of building speed over long distances, especially on the trail, unless you've got that aerobic base built up. So how do you do it? Well, the first thing is you've got to make sure most of your runs are easy. This is conversational pace. Heart rate zone 1 or 2. If you're going by perceived effort, like a 4 out of 10. Like you can chat with a pal if you have one with you. This type of training will really allow you to build that base. The second thing you need to keep in mind is you can't skip your long run. You've got to get that heart rate low enough, but while you're moving zone 2 really, and you've got to keep those long runs as long as you can within reason. How long is long enough? Well, you've got to build this base slowly, you've got to be patient, and so increasing your volume at no more than 10% a week. So 10% of last week's volume you can add onto this week's volume. If you ran 50 kilometers last week safely, you didn't get hurt, you felt okay, it means you might be able to do 55 kilometers next week. That's how that 10% rule works. I mentioned that you have to be patient. That patience is really important. This doesn't happen overnight. You've got to find joy in your long, slow run if your goal is to really get your aerobic base built up. Once you do build that aerobic base, you can actually get pretty fast over a short period of time. You've got to do some really hard work. I said 80% of your runs should be easy, and that's where your aerobic base gets built. But the other 20% of your runs, well, they should be really quite tough, and you've got to work hard at those. That's where your hill sessions come in, your faster work comes in. It's really important. The biggest mistake you can make when you're trying to build up this aerobic base is skipping your long runs. That's a nasty habit some of us have. Sunday comes around and life gets a little busy, maybe you skip that long run. That's going to really harm this slow growth of your aerobic base. Skipping those rest days is a big mistake that lots of people make. I know it's fun to run every day, but you've got to try to find ways to build in that rest and recovery. The other thing is that impatience is a real problem. If you let yourself decide that you want this to happen faster, therefore you go faster, you're not going to get that aerobic base built the way you want to because your heart rate is going to be too high. Sometimes we call these junk miles. I don't love that term, but where you're in that sort of zone 3 area while you're running, that's not the most efficient way to run. That's not going to get the most of your adaptation. Anyway, thanks for being out here. Listen, if you've got something to say, please hit us in the comments. We'll read everything you send. We'll reply, when we've got something to say. I've got to turn around. My car is about 5 kilometers from here, but luckily the sun is still high in the sky. It's a beautiful evening. I'm going to turn this camera around and hope to get some humpback whale footage for you, but if not, thanks for tuning in to Global Run Club. Keep running as one.